Hello, feminine. I I feel lost. Lost in my thoughts, lost in my life choices, lost on somewhere in the lines between dark and light. I feel like I can see that not long ago I was happily dancing in the light towards you. And then I don't know really I don't know how to explain why I did what I did. Though I chose the karmic again, and part of it felt like I've just invested so much time already. But then that felt stupid because I've invested a lot of time with you too. And I don't know, then I got lost in my fears and my ego about what will people think of me after all this time, after all the things that I said about you, especially after all this time that everything I said about you that you've proven wasn't true at all. Just in being yourself. I remember you used to say it was kind of a curse of yours that many people didn't believe you at first, and then you just kind of kept going because you knew the truth would come out eventually. I remember you telling me that several times when I was caught in other dimensions and I was lying, and you knew it, and you called me on it, and you told me that, the truth always comes out eventually, and that I should tell the truth, because otherwise, when the truth comes out, people are going to know that I lied. And I don't know, it sounds like a stupid excuse, but I feel in many ways like I didn't think that far ahead. I've been living moment to moment, paycheck to paycheck, week to week, day by day. I think what kills me most is that you warned me that that would happen, and that's why you didn't want to move ahead with me. That's why you told me to go and cut off the flow to your protection and affection and closeness. I didn't understand then. I really didn't. I knew that I was flawed, and I felt like when that happened that I don't know, I felt like I was mad at you because you promised that you could accept me, flaws and all, and I didn't want to admit that I did need to grow, and I did need to change, and that I could change. I wanted to feel like I couldn't, so that it wouldn't really be my blame. I didn't really want to blame you either, but I wanted it to be something out of my control, out of my hands, and I don't know. I really wasn't thinking that far ahead, and now I don't even know what to say, feminine. Part of the reason that I'm quiet in the 3D is because everything you told me that would happen if I took this path has been happening. And it feels like even more so now. Like it's rapidly coming down. And I don't know. I don't know. I was so close to freeing myself, and then the karmic said some stuff that just made me feel like the biggest jerk. And I felt, I don't know. I guess I identified with her, and I felt like if I was to just write her off and, well, to either do what you told me to do and be on my own for a while, or to go back to you, that I would be hurting her in the way that you hurt me, and the ways that others hurt me that you didn't. But see, I know you really didn't hurt me. I keep going back and forth. There's a part in my mind that says you hurt me, but you really didn't. I hurt you. And your actions were a response of how badly I hurt you, and I know that. So how can I know that, and yet I can't? I still go back and forth at times where I feel so hurt by you. If I had been on top of things myself, if I hadn't been so immature, if I hadn't been so afraid of love, of growing up, there wouldn't have been any hurt. I wouldn't have hurt myself in hiding in your own traumas and mine. I don't know, though. I suppose I figured, I figured in some ways that it wouldn't hurt to give her one more chance. That we were already in such a state that I really didn't think it would go anywhere. That one more chance wouldn't change much of anything. And if it did, then maybe I was wrong and it could be good and I won't have wasted all this time in my life making more bad decisions, choosing to prioritize people that are not good for me and things that are not good for me. Though to be honest, my thinking was stinking. I didn't figure it would go very well. Though I didn't want to feel like I was manifesting it not going well, so I did try to put my best foot forward. I figured if I couldn't have done that with you, then the least I could do is learn the lesson and do that with anybody new that I'd be with, including this karmic. And I don't know, I said okay, and we went for it in a really super committed way, and then I panicked and I reached out to you and you said some things that just made me realize what a fool I've been. All because I was afraid to be a fool for genuine love for you. Which is why you asked me to leave. And I don't know, something clicked in what you said. It wasn't even a big thing or a long thing. It was just an obvious thing. And I didn't know what to do with myself then, because the truth rang out in that moment, and I remembered what you said about time tells the truth. And I saw my own patterns, my own past patterns, the karmics I was with before you. This one is so much exactly like them, and I've been ignoring all of the signs and red flags just like I did then. And I remember so many times that we talked, when we talked about why did I allow myself to continue to be abused after so many obvious signs proved that it was never going to get better and that I was not meant to be with that person. And now I see that I've done it again. And I don't even fully understand it myself. How could I do that to myself? How could I do that to you or the kids or anyone else? Though after the holidays, I've never felt more alone. I've never seen my own pattern so clearly laid out before me. Self-sabotage, self-destruction, ignoring easy resolutions, and allowing in drama and conflict and bad investment after bad investment that even after they don't pan out, I almost push harder into them. Or I let myself get talked into them, because after making so many bad mistakes, I get to this place where it's like, why even bother trying to be a good person? Why bother trying to change anything if I am so stuck in this pattern of destruction? Though I don't know if it's me or if it's spirit or it's just a great deal of bad luck, but everything is falling apart. Appliances in the house that should not break are breaking. Pests are coming in and out, getting into the food stores. The karmic's kids are just, they're all over the place. There's no discipline whatsoever. I'm not allowed to say anything, and yet I can't not say anything, and things are falling apart at work, and the landlords are mad at me, and I am having such great trouble paying rent at all. My bank accounts are all in the negative, and I have no backup plans. And anybody that I used to think would be there for me through anything, they They really want nothing to do with me so long as I stay with this karmic. Even incredibly, some of the friends that I had who believed what I said in the past and thought that you were bad for me have seen the truth. They see what you do on your own and what I have done with my life on my own, and they tell me that they were stupid to believe me and that I was stupid to have sabotaged a good thing with a good feminine like you. And they tell me that if I continue on this path, they're not going to walk it with me. That they think that I should make things right with you. And I want to so much. Though I'm afraid that I'll just hurt you more. And I can't stand the idea of hurting you more. And some parts of me feel like, it feels like I need to learn to be lonely without you. And without all the people that I codependently clung to. Assuming that if they just shook their head and told me yes, that everything I was doing was right and righteous, that meant it was true, even though I could see the looks on their faces and feel them pulling away, and hear the gossip about how stupid I was behaving. I've not made good choices, feminine, and I'm afraid that even though I know it is the right choice to choose you, that I'll just mess that up even worse than I did before. I feel like I've spent all this time focusing on my money, on trying to prove that I was a man, a masculine that could provide and do all these things, and I tried to make it about that, and now everything else is falling apart, my health included, and re-choosing the karmic again, it feels like I opened up an energetic earthquake. Like that was my test, and I failed. And now I am paying the price. And feminine, I do not want to come back to you with raggedy clothes on and no money into my name, not even a house or anything. I don't want to come back to you and ask you to save me from a mess I created myself, that I blamed you for and ignored you for and kept choosing. The best thing I can think to do is to do what I refused to do in the past, which is to clean up my own mess. And I know it's horrible to tell you that it's probably going to be a little bit more of a wait, but if nothing else, I don't want to give you hope that I'm coming until I know that I am at least free of this karmic situationship. And that I have a plan, that you don't have to tell me what to do. But I need to learn to listen to myself and to spirit. And that warm voice in the back of my mind that sounds so much like yours. I don't know, I have never wanted more than anything to know that you still have faith in me and will wait for me, though I cannot ask you to tell me that you do or that you will. Because you don't deserve that. You deserve to have fun. You deserve to have masculines who are right there and ready.